This is your teacher Haris, but in A.C.M.A YouTube channel Learn Accounting with Sir Haris. Today we are going to solve question from A2 accounting, and that is from cash flow statement. A2 accounting cash flow statement important for February, March 25, May, June 22 variant, 32 variant. Sorry. This question has come in October, November 23, 31. October, November 23 and 31 is the variant for cash flow statement for A2 accounting. So let's see. That is the third question of the paper. ZZ Limited has an accounting year end of 30th June. The following information was available for the year ended 30th June 2023. On 1st July, the bank overdraft was 46,000 and there was 640,000 ordinary share of $1 each in issue. So it means the cash and cash equivalent at the start of the year is overdraft. That is 46,000 actually, right? And 640,000 shares were issued at that time. The non-current asset schedule is given in the question. Cost is given. Right, at 1st July, acquisition means purchase, disposal, revaluation is also there for land and building. Depreciation is also given in the question. Depreciation is also given as in the question. On 1st July, all depreciation is given, charge for the year is given, estimated on disposal, estimated on revaluation, 27,000, that is also given. And 30th June, the closing value is given. Carrying value at 30th June 2023 and on 1st July 2023 is also given over here. Okay. The acquisition of plant and machinery had been entirely funded by an issue of ordinary share at a premium of 0.25 per share, which took place in August 2022. So what he is saying actually, the acquisition, any plant and machinery, whatever you have purchased, let's see, plant and machinery, you have purchased for 2 lakh and the amount had been entirely funded by an issue of ordinary share at a premium of 0.25 per share. Proceeds from the disposal of plant and machinery was 91,000, means sale proceeds. So 0.25 premium, if the price of share is 1, so the per share value is 1.25. So 2 lakh divided by 1.25 will be our number of shares. 160,000 is the number of share and 160,000 into 0.25 is going to be the share premium, right? Because they are financed by the issue of ordinary share of the acquisition what we have made. So let's write it down to make it simple. Because this 2 lakh of acquisition of plant and machinery is being funded by the issue of share of value of 1.25 because share premium was there. So the shares are 1,60,000 shares have been issued. And it means that the amount of share capital will be 160,000 because the share capital amount per share value is 1 and the share premium is going to be 40,000. How? That is 160,000 into 0.25. That is the 40,000 premium. And that is how the total amount of 2 lakh has been received, increased in the cash flow through which we have purchased the non-current asset of 2 lakh. Okay, so let's move forward. Other payables consisted of taxation and interest payable. The ledger account for the year were as follows. Always remember, you have to prepare the ledger account of tax and interest in any case to find the bank figure for tax and the bank figure for interest. In this question, both the amounts are already given. Brought down for tax is given, carried on is given, statement of profit and loss tax charge for the year is also given, which is the carried on figure, and the whole tax at the start of the year is paid in the current year, which is the previous year tax is paid in the current years. Interest brought down is 16,000, the interest paid is 51,000, carried on is 5,000, and the expense figure for the interest is 40,000. So let's move forward. Inventory and trade receivable received increased by 17,000 and 19,000 respectively. Trade payables decreased by 11,000. A partial repayment of 20,000 was made on a long-term loan, which will come in financing activities that we are making the payment to long-term loan. Inventory and trade receivable were increased, that is also come as a changes in working capital. Profit for the year is 1,18,000. During May 2023, a dividend of 0.08 per share was paid on all share in issue. So May we have paid the dividend on all share in issue. Remember this, that this acquisition of plant and machinery is done by the issue of ordinary share which took place in August 2022. August 2022, where this is during May 2023. It means that right shares will also be entitled for the payment of dividend. So we have to prepare the cash flow statement. So we know that while preparing the cash flow statement, we have to start the question from We have to start the question from cash flow from operating activities, and the question will start from profit from operation. Now the problem is this, Ali, that we don't have profit from operation available with us. As if we have been given only profit for the year. Sir, where it is? It is given here. The profit for there is 118,000. So you need to find the profit for operation. For that, you have to go reverse. How come, sir? Let me show you.
फाइनेंस कॉस्ट ऐड कर देंगे.
Profit from operation less interest and less taxation. When you subtract these two things, you will get the profit for the year. We have to go reverse basically. The profit for the year is 118,000. इसीलिए उसने काउंट दिया हुआ था ताकि बच्चे कंफ्यूज हो जाए. ठीक है, मैं बताता हूँ कंफ्यूज बच्चे कैसे होंगे और क्यों होंगे. आपको टैक्सेशन और इंटरेस्ट की जो फिगर यहाँ यूज करनी है बेटा, वो फिगर बेटा इनकम स्टेटमेंट की यूज करनी है. वो फिगर आपने यूज करनी है स्टेटमेंट ऑफ प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस की फिगर यूज करनी है. राइट, आपने वो फिगर यूज नहीं करनी जो किससे रिलेट कर रही है, बैंक से या कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट से. नो, वी डोंट नीड बैंक फिगर इन द इनकम स्टेटमेंट. वी डोंट नीड बैंक फिगर इन स्टेटमेंट ऑफ प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस. वी नीड which figure? We need statement of profit and loss figure, income statement figure, 52,000 and 40,000 for interest. 40,000 for interest and 52,000 for taxation. Now you will go back and you will add these two amounts because they are subtracted actually from to find the profit for the year. You will get the profit from operation. बताएं जी क्या आता है? 2 lakh, 210.
210.
So profit from operation is going to be 210,000. Now I will add depreciation on land and building, then add depreciation on plant and machinery. और भी कुछ है देखते हैं अगर if there is any other asset available. Depreciation on what? That's it. These are the two assets. Depreciation is basically 5,000. It is given. So it means that if the salary of non-current asset is given in cash flow statement, so you have to be very, very clear that your question will become easier. It will not become difficult. वो बल्कि क्या हो जाएगा, आसान हो जाएगा, मुश्किल नहीं होगा, easy होगा. तो आपके पास depreciation charge for the year, don't need to calculate that, it is already there. 5,000 for land and building and 28,000 for plant and machinery. So let's write it down. So add depreciation on land and building, which is 5,000 and 28,000 for depreciation on plant and machinery. Next, we'll go forward. Next is loss and profit on disposal of asset. No, that's fine. If you see that you have disposed of plant and machinery of 130,000, the cost is 130,000 and the depreciation on the disposal is 52,000. So 130,000 minus 52,000, you will get the net book value. Let me calculate here. But it is 130,000 minus 52,000. Yes, 78,000. And that has been sold with for 91,000. So we have a profit of 13,000. Right? So profit will be subtracted from the operating activities less profit from sale of machinery and will be subtracted from here 13,000. अगर loss होता तो loss will be added. Loss on sale of machinery will be added. Okay. Next, move forward. Then we have, always remember that revaluation of non-current asset will not affect the cash flow statement. Same is the case with bonus shares. Bonus shares will not affect cash flow statement. Right? Why, sir? Because regarding revaluation downward or upward, or regarding the issuance of bonus share, there is no cash changes. There is no change in cash. So, because we are preparing cash flow statement, तो बैंक फिगर चेंज नहीं हो रही, तो इसलिए हम उसको लिखेंगे भी नहीं. आगे आता है increase and decrease in the working capital changes. Yeah. So in working capital changes, increase inventory and trade will increase by 17,000 and 19,000 respectively. So increase in inventory is a cash outflow, and increase in increase in trade receivable is also going to be a increase in trade receivable is also going to be a cash outflow. So both the cash outflow 17,000 and 19,000 G. So less increase in inventory and less increase in trade receivable. What happened? Okay. Increase in trade receivable because both will result in cash outflow. कितनी amount है भाईजान? Inventory 17,000 and trade receivable is 19,000. Then we will subtract interest and tax. So less interest. What? Over here. 1 minute. Okay, let's see. A partial repayment of 20% bank loan. Acha, trade payable decreased by 11,000. Decrease in trade payable means there is a cash inflow because decrease in trade payable means that we are getting the amount from the trade payables. Decrease in trade payable. How much? नहीं minus trade payable minus होंगे yes. Decrease in trade payable means that there is a cash outflow because we are making the payment to trade payable. So that will be subtracted. कितनी amount है? 11,000. So I will write here. Yeah, submit already. 11,000. Less interest paid and tax paid. Let's write it down. Interest paid and then less tax paid. Let's see. And interest paid is going to be how much? That is the bank figure of the interest account, which is prepared 51,000 and 62,000. So I will write here 51,000 interest paid and 65,000. That is the tax paid. It's quite easy. It's not that difficult to solve it. If you are done with the 62,000, sorry, if you are done with the format of the cash flow statement. So let's go for the total, and we will have the net cash flow from operating activities. And then we will move forward. ये वाला नेगेटिव पॉजिटिव पॉजिटिव नहीं टोटल नहीं कर सकते आप पहले नेट कैश फ्लो फ्रॉम ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटीज टोटल नहीं कर सकते आपको लिखना है ना वो फिर आता है कि आपका कैश फ्लो फ्रॉम इन्वेस्टिंग एक्टिविटीज उसमें आपका आता है बेटा सेल ऑफ मशीनरी और आपका आता है बेटा परचेज ऑफ मशीनरी ठीक है जी नेगेटिव 140,000 70,000 चलिए जी अब सेल ऑफ मशीनरी अगर आप देखिए इन्वेस्टिंग एक्टिविटीज के अंदर तो मशीनरी हैज बीन सोल्ड फॉर 91,000 okay that is a cash inflow of 91,000 because of sale of machinery which will come in cash flow from investing activities. It is a part of cash flow from investing activities. Then there is going to be a purchase of machinery which we have basically done through issue of share through the payment we have received from the issue of share which is 2 lakh. So where it is, let me show you. 91,000 is written over here, the sale proceeds, and the acquisition is 2 lakh over here, which we have done right over here. Revaluation we will not consider because revaluation has no effect on the cash flow statement. So that's the two things in investing. We'll go for the result, which is negative. How much for cash flow from investing activities? That is going to be negative 109,000. Now I will move forward for cash flow from financing activities. There is going to be a proceeds from the issue of share. Proceeds from right shares. Because we have already done that. I have shown you regarding the right share. I have shown you regarding the right share. I have shown you the entry also. Here it is. Share capital, share premium, total amount which we have received through the right share issue is 2 lakh. So there is an inflow of proceed from right share. Then I think we have paid a bank loan. It is written. Bank loan, partial repayment of 20,000 was made on a long-term loan. So repayment of bank loan is 20,000. When you will pay the bank loan, there is going to be a cash outflow of 20,000. Then dividend paid is also going to be a cash outflow. You can write interim dividend or dividend, whatever you want to write. How much dividend you will calculate? Let's see. That is going to be 0.08 per share. Always remember that there are already issued share of 6,40,000 and we have issued more shares of 1,60,000. So total shares are 8 lakh and interim dividend is paid at the rate of 0.02. So if you calculate 8 lakh into 0.02, how much it will be?
सर 0.08 नहीं था
0.08 है ओके
देख ले सर
नहीं होगा जनाब आप गलत कैसे कह सकते हैं जी 0.08 ओके देखिए जरा 0.08 64,000. So I will write here this is negative 64,000 because of that it will be a cash outflow. So the net effect is going to be positive. Positive 1,12,000 will be the ये फर्क है 116,000 positive and the net increase and decrease in cash and cash equivalent 116. Now we'll go for the next net increase and decrease in cash and cash equivalent. What it is going to be? That will, I think so, there will be net increase actually. How much? 77,000 positive. Now I will write down cash and cash equivalent at the start, which is obviously might be given in the question. Yes, there is an overdraft of 46,000 at the start of 46,000. So it will be written as a negative cash and cash at the start 46,000. And you will get the cash and cash equivalent at the end, which is positive for 31,000. So this is how we are done with the cash flow statement. Cash and cash equivalent, net increase in cash and cash equivalent, then there is going to be cash and cash equivalent at the start. And then you can write it down. The cash and cash equivalent at the end, which is 31,000. 77 minus 46,000, there will be 31,000 is the answer. So this is how we have prepared the cash flow statement. Cash flow from operating activities, cash flow from investing activities, and cash flow from financing activities. So we are done with this question. And the requirement obviously might be given. देखिए इसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम है तो मुझे बताएं आगे चलते हैं
क्लियर है सर
Okay. So the next question, which is of this paper, belongs to अच्छा वो लास्ट था ये आपका क्वेश्चन 1 जो है that is from IS National Accounting Standards and you can do that at home. I have solved this question. It is already uploaded on my YouTube channel in the recent videos, right? And then the second question is from business purchase, but it is regarding the sole trader. Any business purchase of a sole trader. So that is rather easy. because sole trader business becomes more easier because there is no complex calculation actually for sole trader. तो वो ज़्यादा आपका जो है वो आसान हो जाएगा, मुश्किल नहीं होगा. सोल ट्रेडर का बिजनेस 25 का क्वेश्चन जो है सॉल्व कर लेंगे आप. That's it.